Hey everyone, it's Sunday Nights with Faye Seidler. It's Sunday night, I'm your girl Faye. We are doing it tonight. The show is coming a little bit late because I was at the Out of the Darkness Suicide Prevention Walk earlier today. It was quite a lot of my day, and it was seeing thousands of people come out to support suicide prevention, intervention, help, and hope. I was the rainbow bead carrier and had the honor of being on stage, like my picture has, to represent the connection to and trying to prevent suicide for our LGBTQ plus community. It was a huge honor to be on stage in front of everyone and to show our queer participants as well as our queer youth that this is an issue we put light to, and that when we walk, we also walk for our queer population. I'll have a lot more on that next week. Moving into my show, I guess I'm already doing it, but going into my show, the first story I want to talk about is there's a really cool look at Brad Gibbons, a champion of rural health who has been doing 40 years of work, and they're putting him out to pasture. It's a little joke there, but I think it's worth reading because I love people invested in our state who have been here their entire life or near enough and do work throughout it and really build legacy. I think the story with Brad is something that highlights all of that. And I always like a reminder to think about our rural communities. I always try to, but being someone who's in Fargo Moorhead, we get so much attention. We have so many people here that a lot of times we get the heart or a lot of the conversation and funding. But really, I do care about everyone across our state, especially our rural communities and especially rural health. So please celebrate Brad, the work that they've done, the legacy they've left, and check out that article. It's really good. I want to let you know that Chico is doing a swap meet, so looking for swapping, I think, kind of electronics and other things, coming up October 4th at 6 p.m. The show is a little bit rushed tonight, so I don't have time to go through as deeply as I typically do, but there's a lot of stuff coming up in October in particular, so please check out my weekly report to see what's going on across a lot of different communities and causes. I have great news, and that is Moorhead is looking for an Indigenous art sculpture person who can sculpt art for I think statue they're doing in Minnesota. It's paying something like $20,000 for someone who is Indigenous to come forward as a artist to do a statue like this. There are more details on that, but check it out. It's a cool opportunity. I want everyone to know that even if you're not political, politics impacts you. So the elections are coming up, and the Vote 411 guide is your premier source for all news politics. I'm not partisan, I'm very anti-partisan, but I want to empower people. I care about democracy and voice, and however you want to be represented in government, I want you to know the best person to vote for. That is what I consider my role, so I often don't endorse people. So you can check out who you feel would be a good fit for you. So check out 411, it's a nonpartisan nonprofit that does everything to educate our voters. Something I just found out about, I don't know if this is a new resource or something that's been here for a while, but you can get free online mandated reporter training. I found out that part of, I believe it was House Bill 1440, could be wrong on that. It was something where all of our school staff need to be trained in mandated reporting, which is good. It's something that will keep youth safe. The more that we are aware of risk factors and the more that we can intercede when there is any kind of abuse. It looks like anyone can take this. Looks like it's open for community members, professionals of any caliber to get well educated in how to protect our kids. This is phenomenal. I need to look more into it if anyone has more information. It seems like too good to be true. Is it just more informal than Stand to Protect training? Is it everything we need? It seems awesome. So it is the most amazing thing I've seen unless someone tells me otherwise, and it's probably still good. But I just want to let you know that this resource exists. I want everyone to remember that the summit is coming up really quickly. That's going to be happening October 11th through the 13th in Bismarck, our LGBTQ plus summit. They have a professional day with CEUs for quite a lot of accreditations. I think social work, healthcare, nursing, there's a couple of different things. I'm not going to talk for them. I think they're still trying to get some still are pending, but it's going to be a really great event, a connection everyone across our state. And Aaron Reed is going to be the keynote speaker. If you would like to do something special for Aaron, please reach out to me. I have a surprise planned. In big Fargo news, the DEI department, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion department, was canceled. killed, was destroyed due to city budget restraints is this story. It's worth noting that the DEI initiatives that we had in the city of Fargo accounted for 0.2%. So not 2%, but 0.2%, 2/5 of a penny. Sorry, 1/5 of a penny out of $100. So it doesn't seem like it was cut for financial reasons. Sure, it is technically money on the table, but it is such a small part of the budget and does such essential work. I am showing a story that I'm like recapping from, like I do for all my stories. I recommend reading it because I didn't have time to put a lot of brain power into exactly what was going on, the top-down mechanisms of it. Like it's a complicated conversation when we're talking about city governance. But reading through it and reading the voices of leaders standing up to say why this was important and why cutting it is bad, got to the heart of the issue very quickly. And I think that I hope we more intentionally build into better diversity efforts in Fargo, or I think it's something that we're going to and should see reflected within elections in the next couple of years to make sure that our city officials are representative of the city they serve. So there's some bigger news happening out of Fargo. I have two mark your calendar things to talk about before we move into our main stories. YouthWorks Leadership Awards is happening on April 8th, so mark your calendars, April of next year. I'm sure that, I forget if this is something that they nominate internally or externally, but anything I hear about with it, I will let you know if there's a chance to nominate someone. YouthWorks work is phenomenal. I was nominated as a youth award leader last year, and it's just, YouthWorks is everything I wish I had as a kid. That's what I said when I was there during the ceremony, and it's what I believe, and it's why YouthWorks is one of my favorite organizations. Between YouthWorks and First Link, they are the two organizations I think if I had access to when I was younger, my life could have been a lot different by having a lot more help, hope, community, and healing when I was younger and needed it. So I just want to let you know that's coming up. It's also an opportunity to support YouthWorks and the mission that they do. So mark your calendar. In other words, in other news, Safe Kids and United Way are joining forces to have a fundraiser on November 15th. There are details coming from that, but I believe it'll be in Fargo. It'll be a community-oriented event, food served. I think hot dogs is what they're selling right now. I don't know if that's how you know you're in the Midwest, but it's like, we'll get them there with hot dogs. But like, that's what's going on. If you're an organization that intersects with both of those organizations in some way, they are still looking for vendors and people to table. I'm not totally clear on that. I just got the email for the request and was given permission to promote it. So again, if you Safe Kids keeps kids protected from physical safety, typically like car accidents, seat belts, car seats, like fire hazards, like all that stuff. United Way kind of does, as far as I know, a little bit of everything. There's a story about how they've impacted and reduced homelessness within the last week. So two organizations that are doing pretty good work in our community, and they have a fundraiser coming up November 15th. That's what I have for my opening news. Hopefully it was quick because I have two important things that are more important than me blabbering on, but it is going to be a video on our LG Plus Film Festival coming up next week, starting I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. It'll be at the Fargo Theater. There's online options, and it'll show a ton of queer-oriented cinema, a lot of really cool pics. I will be having the person who leads that actually do their own segment on it, so you can get from them what's going on at this event, but it's really cool. It's been going on for, gosh, like more than 10 years at this point, and it's always a staple of Fargo, so it's cool to have this event coming, to promote it to you where I can here and for you to go and check it out. I think I'm going to try to be there Sunday because I'll be at Anime Fargo for doing a lot of work volunteering there, but it's really cool stuff that's coming up. I'm looking forward to their closing video about how you can survive in a lesbian horror movie, I think, if I'm getting that right, because I want to know. That's important for me personally to find out. I need those survivor skills. And then we're going to do a recap of Grand Forks Pride, just fantastic people out there with some featured music from Mara. It's going to be a great time. So I hope you enjoy the rest of my show. I had to put it together pretty quickly as my day was, I woke up and I've been at it since, and I'm going to get the show out hopefully at 10 p.m. I'll leave this in for prosperity's sake. All right, cool. Bye, and hello to my next segment.
Hi there, my name is Shawn Potter. I'm the festival director for the Fargo Moorhead LGBT Film Festival. I'm cordially inviting you to come to our 16th annual program at the Fargo Theater, September 26th through the 29th, and then streaming virtually on our Eventive channel starting September 30th to October 14th, which will have a selection of the festival films for you to enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Um, Join us for opening night, which starts at 6:30 with the new Elliot Page film called Close to You, which is a family drama about a trans man going home after 5 years post-transition and navigating family dynamics and past romance. So that's one not to miss. And then stay for the romance, stay for the comedy. At 8:30, we have a film from the Republic of Georgia about two gondola drivers who fall in love as their gondolas pass. It is a silent film, which is kind of interesting. It does have a soundtrack, but it is a slapstick romantic comedy from the Republic of Georgia. One not to miss. You're going to totally fall in love because it is very, very charming. And we also have a short that accompanies that called If, which is from India. So that's one not to miss. Friday, more romance, more comedy. We're kicking it off with Haley Rose at 6:30, which is a film about inheritance and legacy and families, with the director Sandy Summers in person. So definitely check that out. And at 8:30, we didn't forget about you, gentlemen. There's a gay sort of romantic drama called The Astronaut Lovers, which is probably one of the best films about edging and falling in love that I've ever seen. And it's one sort of not to miss. And we have a short accompanying that called Pup Perfect, which explores the puppy community, which is completely fascinating. I learned so much about it. Um, on Saturday, we kick the day off with something for the short attention span folks like myself. I love short films, and we have a whole program of documentaries that talk about politics and history and activism and community and housing. So don't check that out. So please check that out at 2. And then following that up at 5, we have a drama from Argentina called Blue Lights, which is, in my opinion, kind of a cross between Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, um, and The Boys in the Band. So it's sort of set around a birthday party, and there is four couples that have dinner to celebrate their host, and intrigue and drama and sexiness ensue. So don't miss that one. And then at 7:30 we have Ray Young's follow-up to the amazing Twilight Kiss called All Shall Be Well, which depicts a lesbian couple in Hong Kong in their later years and how they navigate family and inheritance and things like that. It is a little bit of a tearjerker, but don't let that scare you away. It is one that you should not miss because it it is probably one of the best films I've seen this year. Um, and then if you're around on Sunday, we start at 2 with this a fantastic documentary about queer youth called Summer Camp, which depicts five young LGBT folks of varying identities at a summer camp, and they find community and themselves and navigate coming out and all kinds of things. And it is filled with queer joy and because representation matters and we should be celebrating queer joy. So check that out. And we have two shorts that go with that: Parker and the Green Dress, and One Story at a Time, Celeste Lassen, which is about a activist who started the Trevor Project, one not to miss. And following that, more short attention span, we have our narrative shorts program. We have 7 films that give you lives, laughs, and loves. So don't miss that. And then our closing feature, which is all about representation. It's called Bulletproof, A Lesbian's Guide to Surviving the Plot, which sort of unpacks lesbian representation in popular culture. So we'll have a little Xena, a little Buffy. We'll explore the lesbian death trope, which is something that we really need to counteract. But it's informative and something to bring back to your family. And if you can't join us in person, which totally understand. Please join us for the selected features on our event website. To get tickets and passes, go to www.humanfamily.org/FMLGBTFF for more information to get the full program and buy tickets and passes. And we'll see you at the movies. Thank you.
We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories.
That video is a video that Kyle Thorson had got to me. I'd reached out to a lot of the members of the Pride Planning Committee and said, hey, what's going on? What stuff do you have? I'm looking kind of to make a video. And they're like, something like this. And I'm like, yeah, that. I wanted to do a recap on the Grand Forks Pride event. There's all these events that happened all across 10 days, all across September, gay September. And I want to put some light to that. I think that these events are incredible, especially with Grand Forks and all the community and family events that they have. And it's something that like I wasn't able to get out to this year, and I know a lot of people weren't. And there were a lot of people who just haven't quite gotten into the queer community, haven't quite explored their identity, and don't really know these events are happening or how to find them or where they are or what they're like. So I very intentionally this year wanted to start doing a lot more kind of historian work, recording work, and sharing all these moments that occurred, all of this life and joy, community, belonging that you can find all across the state. So I have slides that I'm kind of showing you right now, and showing you the life of all these events. And all the pictures I'm about to share are going to be from Raquel Smith, who did an incredible job at chronicling these events. Without this, I really wouldn't be able to share a lot of the life that had happened there, so I really appreciate the time they spent to capture all of this. It's not possible without them, so thank you so much, Raquel. We have all these events from the Pride in the Park that occurred for September 7th. We have a lot of events for like the Pride Fairy Bingo. And then I'm going to get into this cool song and dance coming up for our actual show-stopping drag show that I think kind of ended out the entire event. I do this because like I'm not able to do a lot of things myself. I'm usually working and a lot of people tend to scare me, but like it's something that I know is such an important and sacred space for so many people that I want to, give people access points to it. Even if they're not able to attend today or tomorrow or next year or the year after that, that whenever they are looking, they can find community. This is how we build hope. This is how we make sure that people can be warm enough that they make it through the theoretical winters of stigma and cultural prejudice in the state until we can find much more life, love, and safety everywhere. So I'm going to move into a song that I had asked Mara to record for me, at least to get me something to celebrate this event, and that is what she has for me. So let's enjoy Grand Forks Pride. Please reach out and thank them for the work that they do. I'm going to try to do this for each Pride going forward as well, just to show love to the people who put so much of their life into making and planning events like this. It's not easy. Like, it is a stressful year-round event to give some people a couple of really awesome days, but these are days that stay with them for their entire life. It is worth it, and it is worth reaching out to thank the people that put this stuff together. So enjoy the rest of the show.
I could be the one or your new addiction. It's all in my head, but I want nonfiction. I don't want the world, but I'll take this city. Who can blame a girl? Call me hot, not pretty. Baby, do you like this beat? I made it so you dance with me. It's like 199 degrees. When you're doing it with me, H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Snap and clap and touch your toes. Raise your hands, now body roll. Dance it out, you're hot to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Snap and clap and touch your toes. Raise your hands, now body roll. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go. Hotttogo. You can take me hard to go. I woke up alone, staring at my ceiling. I try not to care, but it hurts my feelings. You don't have to stare, come here, get with it. No one's touched me there in a damn hot minute. And baby, do you like this beat? I made it so you'd sleep with me. It's like 199 degrees when you're doing it with me, doing it with me. Hotttogo. Snap and clap and touch your toes. Raise your hands, now body roll. Dance it out, you're hot to go. Hotttogo. Snap and clap and touch your toes. Raise your hands, now body roll. Hotttogo. Hotttogo. You can take me hard to go. Hotttogo. You can take me hard to go. What's it take to get your number? What's it take to bring you home? Hurry up, it's time for supper. Order up, I'm hot to go. What's it take to get your number? Hurry up, it's getting cold. Hurry up, it's time for supper. Order up, I'm hot to go. Hotttogo. You can take me hard 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 to go. Ooh, it's hot in here. Is anyone hot? Ooh. You coming home with me? Okay, it's hot. I'll call the cab.
Duck, because I'm about to do a video. Faye Seidler is looking for more queer joy and love and showing the fact that there are safe spaces in North Dakota. So when I go through here, I want you to cheer. Okay? Cool? Wow, I was already recording. We're just going to keep this going. Live!